Hi friends, this is Suman Paul and welcome to my channel once again, EWE, which means Enjoy with English. This time we are going to read a poem, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal by William Wordsworth. This poem is prescribed in class 9 CBSE class 9 syllabus, but actually this poem is widely anthologized in school syllabus and even in college syllabus. So, though primarily my interpretation of the poem is meant for school students, but it will be also of help to the college students. So, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. As I have already told you, this poem is written by William Wordsworth. Now, to a school student, William Wordsworth is a nature poet, but we often don't know in which sense he is a nature poet. So, first of all, I would like to tell you that he had pantheistic view about nature. So, the sound may seem new to you, new to some of you, but this word is very simple, though its meaning is not so. Pantheism, pan means actually all, and atheism means faith in God. So, to Wordsworth, this natural world is actually nothing but a reflection of God's glory. So, in this sense, he is a nature poet. Now, there is very limited scope, so I can't tell you many things about the poet, but only the necessary thing I am going to tell here in this video. And now I would like to tell you that A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal is actually a Lucy poem of Wordsworth. Lucy poems are a series of 5 poems in which he has dealt with the death of one imaginary figure, maybe, or maybe one real figure, Lucy. So these Lucy poems were composed during his stay in Germany. Now, what is the identity of Lucy? The identity of Lucy is not clear to us. There are so many controversies regarding this issue, but Lucy is supposed to be an English girl whose love for Wordsworth, or rather Wordsworth's love for Lucy, is unrequited or not fulfilled. And very word Lucy means light. So as the light sometimes flashes upon us and then goes away, similar is the case with Wordsworth. That means the thought over the death of his beloved sometimes flashes upon him and therefore gives him a kind of insight into death. So this poem, these Lucy poems are beautiful poems on the issue of this death of Lucy. This poem, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal, is actually one of the most controversial of Lucy poems. So this poem, because the meaning of this poem is multifaceted, there are so many meanings which come out of it. So let us read the poem first, as it has become always my custom. I'll read the poem first, then we'll discuss the surface meaning of the poem, then we'll move into the deeper meaning of it. So let's read the poem first. A slumber did my spirit seal. I had no human fears. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. No motion has she now, no force. She neither hears nor sees. Rolled round in earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees. So this is a very short poem, 8-line poem, but still there are so many meanings which come out of it. So first we'll move into the surface meaning, as I have already told you. A slumber did my spirit still. Slumber means, as you all know, a sleep. So, did my spirit, who is referred to my here, here my refers to the poet speaker. So, as the poet speaker is reflecting upon death, or rather thinking deeply upon death, he has almost lost his consciousness. So, a slumber here does not refer to the slumber of Lucy's death, but the slumber or sleep, or rather the losing of consciousness of our poet. So, a slumber did my spirit still. So, whenever the poet speaker is thinking deeply upon death, he has almost lost his consciousness. He has become oblivious to the world outside. Now, in the second line, the poet says, I had no human fears. So, whenever he is thinking deeply about death, he does not have any human fear. Now, why does not he have any human fear? That I'll come later. So, next line will go. She seemed a thing. So, Lucy right now seemed a thing. Thing means here an inanimated object. So, Lucy, who was a living being, has become a kind of inanimated object after death that could not feel the touch of earthly years. That means her age is not growing anymore. She has become constant in her age, because after one's death there can be no aging. So now we'll move into the next paragraph. No motion has she now. So after her death, she does not have any motion. She does not move from here and there. No force. She does not have any power in herself also. She neither hears nor sees. She does not hear, she does not see anything. Rolled round in earth's diurnal course. So she is rolling over in this universe, in the axis of earth. That means she has become one with this earth's axis, with rocks and stones and trees. That means she has become like inanimate object. She has become like that. So, this is the surface meaning of the poem. So, let's go to the deeper meaning of the poem. A slumber did my spirit still. I had no human fears. Why does not the poet have any human fear? Because he has regained a new consciousness about death. He has found a greater design behind death. What is the greater design? What is that consciousness? In one of his poems, Ode on the Intimations of Immortality from Recollections of Early Childhood, this is a poem by Wordsworth, he has written, our birth is but a sleep and forgetting. So, if birth is a sleep and forgetting, then death must be an awakening into another life. So, it is a very difficult idea to understand. Let's make this abstract idea concrete. So, imagine our birth is a point in our life, and our death is another point in our life. So, by that time, between these 2 points, we grow up, we become matured, and in this way, at the end of our lifespan, we die. So, this creates a kind of semicircle. If this creates a kind of semicircle, that semicircle must be full. So, after death, there is another half of that circle which we cannot understand. This makes the idea of birth and death full. So, if our death is like that, then our death is actually an awakening into another life. If our death is an awakening into another life, then we need not bother about it, because even if we are not here in our in our fleshly dress, that is body, then we must be there somewhere else in the universe in another form. This also corresponds to the theory of relativity as given by Einstein. Here he has given this famous equation, as you all know, E is equal to mc square, where E suggests energy. This energy, we all know that this energy in this universe is constant. There can be no creation or destruction of energy, only transfer of energy. So whenever one person dies, that person, the energy within that person is transferred into another form, which will be there in this universe. Even after my death, I will be there in another form in this universe, which Wordsworth has talked about in this poem. When an individual regains this type of consciousness, then he or she understands the greater design of God behind birth and death. So, after one's death, one becomes one with this whole universe. So, uh, so that's why the poet, whenever he has realized the truth, T in capital, T in capital, whenever one has realized this truth, then one actually uh, feels a calm of mind. His mind becomes calm. He does not bother about death anymore. That's why the poet does not have any human fear right now. Now we'll move into the third line of the poem. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. Here, obviously, she refers to Lucy. She seemed to him, seemed to the poet, a thing. That means a kind of, as I have told you, an inanimated object, a non-living thing, like rocks and stones and other non-living things in the world. Now, here is, in this poem, the name of Lucy is never mentioned. So, in this sense, this poem is an exception in the cycle of Lucy poems, because in other poems, the name of Lucy is mentioned, but in this poem, there is no mention of the name Lucy. Rather, she seemed to him a thing. So, poet has gained this knowledge that it is beyond him to capture Lucy. Rather, Lucy's presence he will feel in different forms in this world. In this regard, I would like to quote one German philosopher, Martin Heidegger, who had written, "Death is the shrine of nothing, that is, of that which in every respect is never something that merely exists, but that comes to presence nonetheless, even as the very secret of being itself. As the shrine of nothing, death harbors within itself the presencing of being." The last line is very much important here in this case. So, this sound very difficult to a school and even to a college student, but the main theme of this quote is that absence is also a great presence. Let me give you one practical example. During this lockdown period, we people are away from our home, but our family's presence is always there within my mind. Though they are not physically present, they are always mentally within us. So this absence is a great presence. So Wordsworth has given this absence a philosophical term, in the sense that even after death, one may be physically absent, but that person will be present in this universe in different forms. So in the first stanza, Lucy's death is actually an internal drama which is enacted wholly in the lover's mind, but the second stanza of the poem deals with the physical world of existence. So this stanza break is actually a break into the internal consciousness of the poet. So let's read the second stanza. No motion has she now, no force. She neither hears nor sees. Rolled round in earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees. So she has become, as I have already told you, she has become one with this universe. This idea is reverberated in the second stanza. But here is a verbal play which is first pointed out by Richard L. Green of Wesleyan University. Now, we'll focus on the word diurnal. Now, if we break the word diurnal, we'll find out two words actually, di plus urnal. Urnal is the adjective form of the word urn. What does urn mean here? Urn means a kind of vase which is kept for holding the ashes after the cremation of dead body. Now, whenever the poet is saying rolled round in earth's diurnal motion, it suggests that the whole universe has become a kind of urn or a kind of container, or which is kept for holding the ashes after the cremation of dead body. So if this whole world is a kind of urn, then we all are within this urn, and after our death we will be very much there within this universe, within this big, or within this universal urn. So the poem suggests us to see gain in loss, to see life in death, to see unity in disparity. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned to my channel for more videos, and for all these videos I am very much indebted to my colleague cum guide Prosenjit Tarafdar, our physical education teacher of Ramkrishna Mission Vidyapith, Deoghar. He is a constant inspiration to me, and without his help it would be really impossible for me to complete these videos. Thank you. A slumber did my spirit still, by William Wordsworth. A slumber did my spirit still. I had no human fears. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. No motion has she now, no force. She neither hears nor sees. Rolled round in earth's diurnal course with rocks and stones and trees.